Hello, everyone, and welcome to VYTALCast number 63, here with Freelancer Amber.
What is up, people of the internet?
Yes, because people not on the internet are not here. They won't see it. If you're not people of the internet, no hello for you. Just... There's gonna be, like, some Omnish person that, like, somehow found VYTALCast, and, like, why? Okay, we got Mario in the chat. Although their icon's Sonic the Hedgehog, and I'm like, I'm getting mixed signals here, man. It's Mario. No, it's Mario and Sonic.
Oh Hello. God, rivalry going on.
Yeah, it's funny because,
especially since their last death battle, Mario won that one.
Oh, I forgot they even made that. Like,
yeah, this is their second death battle.
They're doing two. Really? Okay.
Well, they did two. The first one's like a couple years ago. Sonic won that one. The recent one, Mario won that one.
Okay, because I saw a lot of promotions for that one, and then just forgot when it came out.
Yeah, that was their 100th episode of Death Battle.
Oof, dude. Like, I could see why they would have Mario win the second one to like keep it even, to like not piss off fanboys and whatnot.
Well, what about the Goku versus Superman? Superman won twice.
Wait, they had... I didn't know they've had rematches for Death Battle. Like, I thought...
Have.
Really? Like, this is me showing, like, I've only seen Death Battle every now and then. Like, I'm not, like, a follower of it, so... This is...
Like, time to time.
News, yeah.
Okay, we're getting off topic here.
Yeah, Mario's like, I'm more of a Sonic fan than a Mario fan. And John Ronald... Good evening, folks. Hello, John Arnold, and thank you so much for your comments on the reaction videos. I enjoy reading them. Although sometimes I have to go in the likely spam section and be like, save it. Because, you know, when people do like 5 or 6 comments, then you have to like go look for the 7th or 8th. So anyway, shall we start talking about Lost in the Woods?
Yes.
Okay. This episode, along with last episode, had a very cinematic horror movie feel, and I really dug that. Like, they played a lot with quietness, I guess. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but there was, like, a lack of soundtrack compared to other episodes.
Yeah.
Like, there was music when it needed music, but there was a lot of times where it would just do no music, and it felt, I don't know, more human, or like you could feel the anxiety more because there's not like that background music to like ease you a bit. Hey, yeah. Inspector Who in the chat. So, oh, thank you for the tweet. Yeah. Yeah. What did you think about that?
Oh my God. Well, beginning of it all, from the previous chapter, everyone's like morale, like I said in the description of the episode. Everyone's morale is like on an all-time low because of what Jin said, that Salem cannot be killed unless, well, that's just for us the audience. If Jin and Ozpin, Ozma, whichever, are playing the pronoun game, that's saying that if they are playing the pronoun game, Jin's saying that Ozpin, Ozma is the one that can't beat it, but someone else could. But after that,
well, she never said someone else could.
I know, but again, people even
there's
in the
a
comment
theory.
section,
Yeah,
people in the comment section of either like reaction videos or others that say that if they are playing the pronoun game, even if Jin didn't say it directly, us audience kind of like caught that little detail.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more on the boat of, because he said how can you defeat Salem. I kind of took that as a how do you kill Salem type thing. Because, you know, when most people say, we're gonna defeat Thanos, they mean, we're gonna kill Thanos. So I thought, like, yeah, the answer is, you can't kill Salem. But I was thinking, like, but you can, like, break her curse. However, that's, like, near impossible to do, because she's so twisted right now.
Yeah, true. And, no. And regarding to the episode, and like I said, after that, yeah, I didn't know what exactly was going on because my last reaction, I kept mentioning that something's in the air that's making him like all drowsy, and I was kind of spot on. But that's when
Yeah, I could see that like being a bit of a spoiler. I mean, it wasn't too much of a spoiler because obviously there's like something in that area. People died in their sleep in that area, so you're like, what happened? You know?
Yeah.
So, oh, we got Maria, VIP of last chapter, in the chat. She's saying hello. Yeah, and people are saying, they said Thanos killed them first. Like, you don't kill Thanos, Thanos kills you. John Ronald is saying, the whole repetition of I'm tired by various characters led me to suspect something supernatural was up. Yeah, they very much hinted at that a lot, which, hold on, I am grabbing a movie off of my little shelf. Hold on.
Shelf.
Yeah, my little shelf. I had to move Ruby Volume 1 through 6, Volume 4, for some reason Dark Knight Rises, and then like seasons 11 through 13 of Red vs. Blue to get to this, but Serenity is what these last two chapters have reminded me a lot of, and this is one of my favorite movies. Got this for my 18th birthday. Like, in this movie, there's like an episode called Miranda, and the planet was kind of used as an experiment. Like, it was also kind of like erased off the map and from history. Like, they kind of stumbled upon it. They're like, wait, this looks like a planet that people have been living on. How come no one knows of this planet? And they basically find the population of the planet like dead, but a lot like how the people on Brunswick farms was, like, you know, dead where they were sleeping and stuff. And they find a recording basically saying they were doing some atmosphere tests on the planet to kind of like lower aggression and see if they could like prevent wars with it. But what happened was people became too relaxed, and they eventually just stopped doing what they were doing and like would stop breathing and die. And like they walk past like offices and there's people dead at their work desks, or like one guy's even like against the glass standing while dead. And then she said like a third of the population had a side effect where they went rampant, like they lost all sensibility and started killing people and like even doing cannibalism and stuff like that. So the last two episodes really reminded me of that, with the people were getting like, I'm tired, I don't want to work, and then they die in their sleep. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is Miranda. What's going on? So
that's how like Bartleby, well, how he wrote in his journal, like at the ending of the episode where Maria explained what happened to the farm. Yeah, the owner Bartleby pretty much took two. Well, I think we'll get to the do you want to get to the Grimm like later in bit?
Oh yeah, we could do it anytime. Like if you want to talk about it right now, we can, or we can talk about it later.
Okay.
But yeah, he took to the Grimm.
Back to the house because since he's like, they're like running low on money and they need to cut costs for like Hunter's help. And so he took two of the Grimm to the like basement or whatever, and he was gonna steal it off, but he said he'll just do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And like they just want everyone to be like relaxed, and because with all like very low funding, I think people will start panicking over that. And that
there's always like a lot of stress and arguing over like what do we do to get out of this. So it's like desperate times call for desperate measures, but you risked the biscuit and you lost the biscuit. Like, it was also very interesting to hear that like the rest of the pack followed. Like, it reminds me back in Volume 2 when they're looking at the
Beowulf.
Not just the Beowulf. I'm thinking of the Goliath Grimm.
Oh yeah, the Goliath.
And yeah, and they start talking like saying their Grimm aren't totally mindless, I think is the correct terminology.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah, and like those Grimm are like so old that they know to avoid society as a whole, to avoid like danger.
Well, yeah, Goliath Grimm are elephants, and elephants are pretty intelligent.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know, these guys, the Apathy Grimm must be like intelligent enough to like, or like, I don't know, care about members of its pack to go following them. So
even if they are like,
dude, man, they creep me out. Like them and the Knuckle of V.
Oh yeah, I like.
Seriously. Actually, I guess a good question is the Knuckle of V Grimm like the alpha for the Apathy? Because really, they're just missing the horse bottom.
Mm,
Sorta.
can't really say.
Yeah. I mean, the Knuckle of V has a totally different name, so like it's not, but it looks like some sort of relative.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Vincent 810 says Blake became a meme again. What happened with Blake that made her a meme? Did I miss something?
Oh, because when she like fell down saying it's fine, you know that meme with the dog in the firehouse, like this is fine.
It makes sense now. Like,
yeah.
like when I was watching that scene, meme did not come into the head. Like, yeah. I was like, oh no, Blake, you know,
Yeah. And okay, and when the Apathy Grimm appeared, did this ever, because this didn't occur to me until I saw that Character Dance review video, but did this ever occur to you in your head? And it's terror's time again. They got you running through the night.
Oh no. This fandom. Like
that didn't occur to me until I saw his review video.
It's amazing to see what people come up with, and it's like, what are you doing? Like it amazes me, especially like the Ruby Crack videos by is it Thunderlord? Hold on, I need to like
I don't know.
Look at him. Hold on. I am subscribed to this person. I must. Okay, apparently Google Chrome is just gonna like die on me.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah. Whoa, wait. What the heck? I'm brought into like 2014 version of YouTube. What? Why?
What?
Yeah, no, I'm confused. I'm like, how did I time travel back in time to?
Click refresh, because I think that would happen to me too.
Yeah. Hold on. I mean, I'm gonna find the channel, okay? It's like I can't find it. They're too small. Oh well. Hold on. Ruby Crack. I could find it. Ruby Crack. Hammer Time. Gosh, how did I forget Hammer Time? Why did I think Thunderlord? I mean, Nora is like a Thunderlord, and Nora's always their icon. But
yeah, true.
Yeah. Also, Dominic Frere is saying, "Hey, Portal, do you want to go to the Kanto Brotherhood? Like Pokemon Let's Go? Like Kanto? Wait,
yeah.
Whenever I hear Kanto, I think Pokemon.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and sorry, I'm trying to catch up on the chat, where it's like, you guys talk a lot. They're saying...
There's a lot of people in the chat.
Yeah, okay, so Vincent, thank you for saying, like, it's fine, so I could get the reference. I was like, since when did Ruby become a survivor horror game?
Oh.
Don't make me think... I'm just thinking of, like, Amnesia.
I never played Amnesia, but I think I've heard of it.
Amnesia, like... the guy starts to hallucinate more, and you're trying to keep his like sanity, but there's this thing that like follows you around, and it could kind of like make your guy freak out a bit. So it's interesting. I'm not much of a horror game person. I really just played it because like this will get views because people like.
And me neither, because last month me and this another YouTuber, I don't know if you heard of him, Memory.
Yeah, he's been on this show. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I streamed with him because his birthday was like the week of Halloween. So we and some other people, I think Hunt is in this chat. Me, Hunt, and some other people streamed Friday the 13th.
Oh wait. Oh, actually, no. I remember. This happened the weekend I was at a convention. I was invited to be a part of it. He was like, he asked me to play that game with you guys, and I was like, I don't have that game. And you guys played on PlayStation, didn't you?
Yes.
So yeah, I don't have PlayStation Plus. So that was the other. So there was like a few complications. I didn't have PlayStation Plus, didn't have the game, but it was like free at the time, and then I was gonna be like a long drive away at a convention.
Feels bad.
Yeah, and yeah. Oh whoa, Reach is Beast. Holy cow! Thank you. Like he just did a live chat. He says, does Salem's court know what will happen when the relics are brought together? And if they don't, how will they react when they do?
Oh, that is a good question.
Wow, that took a while for the alert box to react to that, but I don't know, like, let's see, they should, John Ronald is saying they should know because Ozma told her.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But that doesn't.
But Salem uses people and just throws them away when she's done with them, right?
Yeah.
In a sense.
And there's like a few theories on like what she's trying to do with the relics. Like, is it like the world's largest suicide attempt on like maybe the gods will finally kill her because they're fed up with her, or is she trying to, at least if they don't kill her and they wipe out humanity for good, then it's like kind of getting back at them for being like, ha, your creation sucks and like you have to get rid of it. You know, there's I was really like summarizing that, like got rid of a lot of meaty details on those theories. But AC Gears and Arms is asking, which do you and Amber think is more terrifying, psychological terror or the terror of fighting?
I'd say psychological.
I'm on the psychological bus as well. Like movies like Scream or you know, the ones that have like a killer that's out to get people, those don't scare me as much. Like The Woman in Black didn't scare me, but ones that are more like psychological and like moral dependent, those get me on my nerves a bit. Like I'm like, man, I don't like this concept. Like I get uneasy, but it could be hard to get me to jump out of my seat, I guess.
Oh, and speaking of jump, that episode actually jump scared me a bit.
Which one?
Like, the one we're talking about, chapter 6.
Oh, dude. Yeah,
it gave me a couple good jump scares.
It had me scared for the team a lot. Like, I don't know, the people arguing a lot, and then like Ruby, like, you know what she's about to do with the lantern, like drop it down the well. That reminded me a lot of Lord of the Rings, actually, because they're like, I don't know, people fight over the ring, but in this case it's like fighting over getting rid of it. And it was like, this is scary. Like, I want the team together. Like, they just got together, now they're like divided even though they're still physically together. And Crow looking like he has death flags all over him again.
Yeah, I mean, he like gave his life to Osmond, but to find out what's going on actually with him.
Yeah. Like,
I feel bad for Crow.
Like he's gone back to his little friend known as alcohol. And it actually, with the alcohol thing, with Ruby waking up in the morning from him dropping his bottle, and like how she was kind of like trying to take care of him and like take the alcohol away, makes me really wonder if she saw that a lot when she was younger.
I mean, probable.
And it almost kind of makes me think that might be one of the main reasons why Ty doesn't exactly seem to get along with Crow. Because some people notice like that they seem to like sorta low-key butt heads. And some people kind of took that as the, see, Crow is the real father, but it's probably more of, you're a bad influence on my kids, you know?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Other people, Miles confirmed that Crow is not Ruby's father.
Yes. And some people are like, oh, he's just lying to the audience. It's like, but why? What purpose would it serve narratively? What purpose?
I mean, if you want to, you can read or write fan fictions of it. That's still an alternate universe. You could do that. But not in canon, just forget it.
Seriously. And, like, I saw Huntus D's comment from a while ago saying Rooster Teeth, Operation Kill Redheads. It's like, why? And Maria immediately is like, Nora is alive, protect the redheads. It's like, yes, please, protect the Nora. Yeah. So there's some other people saying, Stoic the Dragon Eater is saying, it's hard to scare me, but I was creeped out. Yeah, creeped out is more the thing I can get, and I could definitely get emotional over it. Like, you guys will see in my reaction tomorrow. I'm like, no, don't do that. What's in the well? What's in the well?
You know what I should have done when I edited? I could have put on this one song I've never listened to, but it goes, hell nah, to the nah, 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 hell nah.
That was definitely a mood in the back of my head. Like, gonna grab my crap and leave. Excuse me, please.
Or what I did with the Knuckle Lobby reaction, you know that one video goes, I'ma get the fuck up out of here, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah. That's what I was going with. Like, excuse me, please. I'm gonna pack my bags and leave.
Yep.
F this crap. I'm out. Yeah. Like... Just dab right out of there. Which, you know how like people have been finding secret dabs within the Ruby episodes?
Yeah.
So
the chapter 1 when the huntsman pushed Oscar.
Yeah, and like Weiss even doing it in volume 5 and stuff like that.
Like
so we finally solved the mystery on who's doing it. It's Melanie Sternum. She just tweeted today. Hold on, I'll find her tweet. But she said, and it was like right before VYTALCast. Yeah, she said 36 minutes ago. Melanie Stern. Sorry, why did I add Sternum? Sternum's a different word. Anyway, she said, I wonder.
Sternum's your chest bone.
Yeah, I realized where I went wrong here. She said, I wonder if Carrie has noticed that I started sneaking in dabs in some of my in-progress animations. And Aaron Wynn just barely replied saying, I like it when Ari Filippini submits dabs when rigs are finished. Okay, so it seems like there's more than just one of them doing it, but it's hilarious that like Kruby's like, heh, let's sneak these in and see if Carrie and Miles catch it. So, oh man.
You know what I should do next time I stream stream Smash. Every time I do a win, I do a dab.
Yeah, that's been something I've been thinking about, like, when I do streams, like, is there something I should do when people donate, or, like, when I, like, do a thing? Like, I used to have, like, this little that was easy button, like, if I did an assassination in Halo, I'd hit the button, but that became a lot of work. Like, especially if you're, like, playing Griffball, you're like, oops.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to see some of the chat where Maria says, oh yeah, Crow's alcoholism was always a problem. However, usually never taken seriously due to the mangled with funny moments. So yeah, this was more of like a serious take on his alcoholism. And AC Gears and Arms adding on to that, saying normally Crow's alcoholism doesn't affect the team, but in this case, it's starting to affect him and the team.
Yeah, because of his alcoholism, he didn't bother to like go with Team Ruby down into the waterway where that Grimm are, and when Weiss and Ruby tried to get him out of there, he just kept like resisting them until he's like, we were all, look up, you fool.
Yeah, oh man, I just feel bad for Crow because like I could see him when like Ozpin got him to join the cause. That he might have been like, what's the point of my life? Like, I can't be around others. I don't belong anywhere. I just bring bad luck to those I care. Like, do I even have a purpose? So I could see now, like, his life purpose is just in shambles now because of Jin. And he's just like, you lied to me. You were the one person I trusted. Like, you gave me purpose in life, and now I feel like my life was all just a lie and for nothing because you don't have a plan. So I could see him just drinking as if like it's the end of his days. But do you think Crow has death flags?
It's a 50-50 because in the intro when those Grimm are like pulling him down to the abyss, it's kind of.
Yeah, but those were the Apathy Grimm, which they just got away from.
That's true.
So I wonder if that was just stylistic choice and like kind of like to metaphorically show that he's falling back into alcoholism, because it showed he had the flask and took a drink and then fell. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. But
true.
Yeah, also like just thinking like him in the back of that trailer, Yang still doesn't have snow tires on that bike. and I'm just like,
Uh.
put snow tires on, please. You're gonna.
Well, they're on a trail. I think there's some semblance of dirt on that trail, or part of the road.
To have like some sort of traction on for the tires.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and AC Gears and Arms is saying, to be fair, Crow survived major death flags before and a lot of stuff in his career, which is why I'm more on the I don't see death flags boat.
Yeah, true.
I'm more of an 80-20 rather than a 50-50. But I'm an optimistic person.
Yeah. Oh, and can we talk about Maria, MVP of that episode?
Yes, we'll talk about Maria MVP that episode, because I've been trying so hard to like not say anything about her on Twitter, and it, like, or even put it in the thumbnail of this, being like, Silver Eyes? Maria? But I'm like, oh yeah, some people haven't seen the episode yet. Falling into Apathy. So did you predict whether Maria was gonna have silver eyes or not?
If that transition to the intro meant anything, of course I was gonna.
Yeah, I think it was pretty obvious for a lot of people. And I also, for the audience, I have an iCard up on this stream asking if you had guessed correctly if Maria had silver eyes, and there's like 3 or 4 options you could choose from there. So.
Oh yeah, and here's the thing, might be a little detailed, but at the ending when Ruby asked, "How did you know about the whole thing?"
Yeah.
Maria answered, "I had silver eyes." I didn't hear she said she has silver eyes. I heard she had.
I was the opposite of that, actually, because I heard has.
I heard had. But remember, she's blind, and she needs those goggles. She needs those kind of specialized goggles to see.
Yeah. So, and also now I'm like going, oh no, David, like maybe your terrible hearing is starting to backfire in a reaction video, because I actually talked a lot about that post reaction. But like my theory with Maria, kind of have you seen Naruto or read it, or no?
I have seen Naruto.
Okay, so you know how like the Sharingan and the Rinnegan and like the Byakugan, like like there became like a little thing where people were trying to steal the people's eyes to use them for themselves, or to like just get rid of people's power. My theory with Maria was she had silver eyes and they were taken or destroyed somehow, and that's why she has the goggles. Yeah,
Dan even mentioned that in his review video.
Yeah, and I actually talked to him quite a bit about that during, like, the beginning of the volume. I was like, I think she had silver eyes, not that she has. But then when the chapter came out, it sounded to me that she said has. And I was like, oh, well, forget that. Maybe because of old age, she can't see well. So Inspector Hussein, Maria's the best grandma. And do you think silver eyes help resistance to Grimm effects? Is a possibility that might be why Ruby took so long to like be affected compared to everyone else. What do you think?
Sorry, my door kind of like shook a little.
Yeah, I heard it a bit. I'm like, is it the dogs wanting out? But it's not.
No, they're like right there, just chilling.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was the question?
Oh, do you think the silver eyes like give Ruby a little bit of immunity to like Grimm effects, like the apathy, like how everyone was starting to feel tired? Ruby seemed to be the one that lasted the longest.
Oh, hard to say. I mean, she was starting to feel like the same sort of effects as the others were, but remember that even though she knows she has silver eyes, she doesn't know that she has the power of the silver eyes until Crow explained it to her. Even if she didn't like put the whole thing together.
Yeah, well, I just wonder if it like gave her like a little bit of a buff against it, like not that she's totally immune, but like it'll take longer. Because I noticed Maria, because Maria also didn't like immediately go into it. She's like, I'm gonna read a book. I'm not going to bed, you know.
Oh yeah, she's still like that spunky grandma.
Yeah, my first guess was it might have been the lantern. But right when I said that out loud, Ruby's like, I'm going to throw this down a well. I'm like, well, forget what I just said out loud. So I'm like, maybe it wasn't the lantern.
No, nothing.
Oh, okay. So, Stoic was saying it was had. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Tomorrow's video, like, I'm just gonna have to put a pinned comment. Guys, I suck at hearing. Like,
well, good thing I managed to put a caption on my reaction. I said, I didn't notice that, I didn't notice that I heard that she said had, not has.
Yeah, because even in editing, I couldn't even tell. And I, like, boosted that episode volume up so I could, like, hear it really well. So I'm like, why?
Okay, real quick. Speaking of Maria, did you see Mojo's drawing of young Maria?
Oof. Yes. It was like, dang, where's the time machine? She's cute. Like,
the damn time machine.
Are you and the chat okay if I say what I was spoiled about for Chapter 7? Because I'm pretty sure it was in Ruby Rewind.
Oh. Well, I hardly ever watched Ruby Rewind.
I haven't ever watched Ruby Rewind. And over the weekend, I've noticed how it, like, bit me in the butt for not watching it. So, one of the reasons why I don't watch it is because they'll show, like, a clip of the next episode.
Yeah, they even showed a bit of it on when they posted one on Twitter.
Yeah, and it was of young Maria with a scythe. Like, her cane turns into a scythe, or it looks like a scythe. Yeah, no, it was like, it makes Crow's and Ruby's scythes look lame.
I don't want to hear it because I really don't watch these kind of things, so just to avoid spoilers.
No, I know. So
for the reaction.
Yeah, so I was like, it was like Wednesday. I'm like, well, Chapter 7's not out yet, but I somehow got spoiled. So, it was Entertainment Weekly, not Ruby Rewind. That's odd, but yeah, I saw it on Twitter, and Lass in the chat is saying, well, that was a thing. But, so yeah, I got a little bit spoiled there. But the thing that kind of bit me in the butt about not watching Ruby Rewind is they did upload a clip onto Twitter of Ruby Rewind, and it wasn't like the preview for the next episode or anything, but it was them doing lightning round questions with Lindsay Jones.
Aww.
Which is something I started doing here on VYTALCast just like a month ago. And but I was like, I got the idea from Always Open, because I watched that, but I don't watch Ruby Rewind, because like you said, with reactions, you want to be as blind as possible.
Yeah.
And I was like, guys, how long have they been doing this? And Lorelai Lee was like, they've been doing it since episode 1 of Rewind. And I'm like, well, forget me then, because like, because the other reason why I didn't watch Ruby Rewind is so I don't accidentally copy them here on VYTALCast. And I've accidentally done that regardless, so I'm like, thanks guys, like, no one in the chat ever told me, but like, should I keep doing it? What's a good idea to do in a replacement? Like, yeah. Oh hey, it's Andrew. He was in the live stream chat for like for my RTX Part 2 vlog that I finally uploaded yesterday. Which I have bittersweet feelings about that video. So a lot of people are like, oh David, it's not that bad, and I'm just like, I hate it. But yeah. So let's see. Thunderstorm is saying they give you a heads up when they show the clip for the next episode. Yeah, but I have a weak soul. Like they'll warn me that the clip's coming up, and I would not skip or exit the video. I'm like, no, I'm dedicated to watching this to the end and spoil myself. So yeah. I've debated about watching it after the episode comes out, but then I'm like, I don't want to like accidentally subconsciously copy them on VYTALCast. I want to like try to be as original as I possibly can. So, oh dear, just got a Gmail. Okay, thank goodness it wasn't YouTube. Okay. You know when you get like a Gmail notification on your phone, you're like it's a claim, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like,
I've had those. Either my video's blocked or saying that don't worry, you're not in trouble or whatever.
Yeah, and you're just like, am I okay? You know, like, that was me with the RTX vlog last night, because I had the Jeff Williams concert in it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, copyright. But then also, like, I'm in the hotel near the end, and they're playing hotel music. And I'm like, no. So,
yeah.
Yeah, so, let's see. Story of the Dragon Eater in the chat is saying, I didn't think it was relevant information. I thought you just doing your thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, for me doing the questions. That's nice. You guys did think I was copying. I mean, I said where I was inspired for it, but part of me is like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Yeah. Okay, Inspector Who is saying, so Silver Eyes work like a Patronus, focus on happy memories and protection and activate.
Oh, yeah, that's what Maria did for Ruby.
Yeah. Yeah, like, what she said made so much more sense for the other two activations of the Silver Eyes.
Yeah.
Because it was Ruby seeing a friend in danger and then, like, feeling all the emotions of that friend, and then the Silver Eyes blasted, which I don't want to say Ruby has favorites game, but the blast for Pyrrha was the biggest. Although we didn't get to see the blast for Weiss. But we definitely know Blake is less than Pyrrha in her eyes. Quite literally.
Oh, wow. Powered by love.
Yeah.
Question in the chat.
Yeah, Stoic the Dragon Eater saying, they didn't even invent lightning rounds. I know, but they use it in their Ruby podcast show. So, like, me doing a lightning round in my Ruby podcast show feels a bit like copying. Not copying the concept, but copying that we're doing it, so.
A couple are coming at you about Pierre's murder.
Yeah, he was like, Pyrrha was murdered in front of her, David. Well, Blake was about to be murdered in front of her, and Weiss was almost kind of murdered in front of her, so.
Because I was about to say, wasn't Ruby knocked out when Weiss was impaled?
Which is why I was like, well, we didn't really get to see the blast for Weiss because it got interrupted. So we couldn't be able to tell if that was bigger or smaller than Pyrrha's.
Oh no, because Ruby saw Jean going after Cinder. That's the second time Ruby activated her power. Yeah. Yeah, so guys, I only made a comparison between Pyrrha and Blake's activations. Yeah. Not Weiss's. Weiss's, I was like, we didn't get to see it, so we just know it was able to activate. So. Yeah. AC Gears and Arms said, mistaken for love. It wasn't love. It was the perfect illusion. And in the great words from the My Hero Academia filler episode, what about their love? But yeah, have you seen that episode of My Hero? Which one? Because I am up to date.
It's in season 3. It's the filler episode where they're doing like the bank heist.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
And like at the end, they're like, "What about their love? There was no love." Like, I have to throw a My Hero Academia reference at least once per VYTALCast now.
Oh, I love MHA. Jesus Christ.
MHA or BNHA. Do you want to go English or Japanese? Yeah.
Potato.
Yeah. So Maria is saying the first silver blast from Volume 3 was in the shape of wings and practically encaged Cinder and the Dragon Grimm in ice.
You mean stone, not ice.
Yeah, they said ice in their chat. I'm just reading what they said.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I meant Maria.
Yeah.
Stone, not ice.
Yeah, and you know, like, I'm not gonna get too caught up in the technical terminology they used.
Okay.
But like, yeah, it was nice to see it in wings, and when it was sort of activating for Weiss, it looked like wings were sort of starting to come out.
Yeah.
I didn't notice wings in this one. I think that's
I don't think those were wings. It was just like a big light blast.
Yeah, but in Volume 3, there, like, if you look, there definitely is like a shadow of wings, and there's like a lot of fan art on it too. Which, by the way, Ruby fan artists, hit me up so I could like showcase you on VYTALCast, share your art to the world. So people were saying Sky High had the better superhero case system, cast system, in my opinion. I've never seen that word before. Yeah, and okay, and John Ronald, I think he's saying this in defense of Maria. He said, Ty said it's frozen at the top of the beacon tower.
Doesn't necessarily mean ice. I mean, you could be stone and that's still frozen.
Yeah, or carbonite. Like, you could be frozen in a lot of stuff.
Like Han Solo.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, hold on. Oh, and the Volume 4 opening showed the dragon. Oh yeah, the Volume 4 opening for Ruby showed the dragon in stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Inspector Who saying, in reference to the wings, he said, I have a feeling that the silver eyes are the light god's angels? That's an interesting theory.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about silver eyes. I made a little quote-unquote theory about them.
Mm-hmm.
I keep thinking that they're like the ISOs from Tron Legacy. They just popped out of nowhere.
Yeah.
They just came to existence.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if they're like a side effect of humanity being reborn, I guess, or if the God of Light kind of like snuck them in to like help humans against Grimm or Salem even.
Yeah.
And I have a weird question for you, or not a weird question, but if Ruby used the silver eyes on Salem, what do you think would happen?
Well, she'd be frozen, but she'd still be alive, technically.
Yeah, and we saw, like, the Apathy Grimm kind of, like, disintegrate.
Yeah.
So, do you think that because Salem threw herself in the black pool and, like, became more Grimm-like, do you think that the Silver Eyes are capable of, like, reversing that? Or would just, like, kill Salem and she'd just, like, regenerate as she normally does?
Oh, that's a bit of a toughie. Because, like I said, I mean, Salem would probably be frozen in stone, but I think she'd still be alive. And I think they would have her like locked up in some sort of high security system, like security prison or something, like deep underground.
Like they're like, move that relic out of here. We're putting Salem in instead. Top security.
Yeah.
But okay, wait, hold on. Someone in the chat said, if you ever want to get... Wait. Oh my gosh, Last is saying, if you ever want to get out of a phone conversation with a life insurance agent, tell them about your plans to carbonate yourself and live forever. True story. Wow. Yeah, and then Stoik is saying, I think that's how Salem got her veins after her fight with Summer. Interesting theory. There's been a lot of talk about, like, Summer somehow encountering Salem one way or another. The original version of that theory I saw was, like, Salem, like, what is the word? She... What is it? She possessed Summer. And
yeah,
but that kind of got disproven thanks to Jin. So
yeah,
we still need to know what happened to Summer. Like,
yeah, like Monty himself said that she's dead. Like, there's no, like, she's not missing, she's not alive, she's just dead. Which sucks. I actually want to see her alive.
Like, I feel like Ruby could use some closure learning about how Summer died if she is dead. I don't know, because Ruby still is, like, affected by that, and you could tell that she's not totally over it,
Yeah.
And I don't think she'll ever be 100% like over it, but she'll be at least closer to being like more accepting of it.
Stark flashback. Yeah, I would love a Stark flashback.
Seriously, did you see Dishwasher's art?
Oh.
Yeah, where
with Tat proposing to
Raven, and Summer's crying.
Oh, there's even like, I don't know if you saw like even like this little storyboard, like picture of Team Stark, Ty and Raven getting married, him leaving, Summer comforting him, Ty and Summer married, Ty and Summer in the hospital with Baby Ruby learning to walk.
Dude, just imagine being in Ty's shoes though, because he moved on fast. Like, cause like it's like boom, Raven leaves. Hey, Summer, baby. Like.
Oh yeah, I think Eruption painted like a theory about something about that, about the age difference or Ty moving too fast after Raven left.
Yeah, like.
I don't remember which one.
Like, is Summer a rebound? ? My answer is no. I don't think she was a rebound, but I do think they fell in love, and because of the circumstances, like, they just quickly got married and continued making the family. So.
Yeah.
And.
Yeah.
The real question for me though is knowing knowing Raven and knowing Ty was a bit of a ladies' man. Was Yang the product of a one-night stand?
Oh god.
Or did Raven think, yeah, I could commit and like, you know, we could do this family thing, and then got scared because of Salem and all this other stuff, and then ran? That's all up in the air for me. Yeah. Did Summer cause Raven to leave? I.e., Ty cheated on Raven? Oh my gosh, John Ronald!
Really? No!
You're tearing this family apart.
No!
What do you do? Summer is better than that. I mean, we assume she's better than that, but like... I mean, even Yang called Summer a supermom, which I don't think a supermom to Yang would have been the woman who chased her biological mother out by cheating on, like, having an affair with Ty.
Yeah.
I just want to throw that out the window. Like, it's an interesting thought. Like, there could definitely be some good fanfics from that, but, like, canon-wise, that's just too sad.
Yeah.
AC Kirsten Arm is saying Raven looked at the abyss, but she blinked. She could bear to look. Couldn't bear to look, or could
what?
bear? AC Gears and Arms. What abyss? Yeah, I'm wondering if he had a typo, because he said she could bear to look, but he said, but she blinked. So I think he meant to say couldn't. Okay, Thunderstorm is saying, David, when do you think they would use up the last question?
Oh, the last question. Yeah, that's been on my mind because when Jim first appeared, she said that she has 2 questions she can answer left. What happened to the first one?
Well, I wonder if the first one. I mean, Ozpin did say like he's used the 3 questions multiple times, right?
Yeah, he in the flashback he said he asked 3 questions.
Yeah, so
and that should have been it. But
it's every 100 years. So
yeah,
and he's been through a few incarnations since then, so he's had time to ask more than 3. I really wonder what the first question was.
Yeah.
And did Raven know where the lantern was in Volume 5? Is that part? No, Cinder went after her because of the Spring Maiden.
Yeah.
But Raven said she could assist them in getting... And Lionheart knew... Never mind. Part of my theory was, like, what if Raven asked the question, and then that's why she ran? But then my head was like, no, David, this, and this happened, therefore that couldn't have. He said he used the first question before he locked it away. Yeah, but, like, what was the first question?
Yeah, what was the first damn question? What was it?
Yeah, AC Gears and Arms saying Raven might have been her mother, but Summer was the real mom. And yes, I meant to say couldn't. It's a Batman thing. The abyss stared into his soul, and he stared back. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see, like, into, like, I get it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Maria is saying the Spring Maiden was basically a child. I doubt she knew about the relic.
That's true.
Oh, well, did I accidentally, like, communicate that saying, like, I think the Spring Maiden knew? I was thinking Raven, not so much the Spring Maiden. Like, if Raven knew about the lantern, but then I remembered Lionheart was showing Cinder and them where the lantern was, and they only talked to Raven because they thought she had the Spring Maiden. Like, Raven and the Spring Maiden was completely disconnected from, like, the lantern, which is why I was like, oh no, my quick little thought of Raven using that question could not have happened. So the relics were locked for years before Raven was ever born. How could she have gained access? Yeah, no, that's I've already said, like, no, that couldn't have happened because forget me, guys. I just ramble. just forget me. John Ronald says, I think Ozpin didn't want Nora asking stupid crap. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And the way she zipped around, like, can we ask more questions? Can we ask more questions?
Do you think Ozma had tried that? Like, I don't know. Like
do a little bit of a loophole.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Like, does that loophole exist? Are there rules to the questions? Like, she said you get to ask anything and I will let you know. Although I guess with her being the relic of knowledge, you could only ask questions that will give you information and not have her do a task.
But not tell you about things to happen. Like future.
That are yeah. Which knowledge is always like great foresight. So like you could use foresight to kind of try to predict the future, but you can't like know the future. If that makes sense. But she can't perform tasks with the questions. Like, you can't ask for ice cream and she'll summon ice cream. She could probably give you a recipe for ice cream, but you'd have to ask the right.
She's not Genie from Aladdin.
Yeah. So I guess those are the rules, and with that logic, if you ask for more questions, that's not asking for knowledge, and therefore doesn't work.
True.
So,
True.
Inspector Who's saying, I think Raven tried to kill Salem, and she did, but Salem didn't die, and Raven only escaped because of her semblance. Oof. That's interesting.
Yeah, I highly doubt that.
Yeah, like, I doubt that. I think it was just the thought of Salem is immortal. She has a huge army of Grimm, and she's been at this for a long time. Best I just, like, try to stay out of this conflict if I want to live. That's kind of, like, the gist that she gave during Volume 5.
Yeah.
Okay, Maria says, actually, a question for David and Amber. Why Ozma changed his name to Ozpin? It does possess any meaning with the word pin.
Did you mean it doesn't? Or it doesn't possess any meaning?
It doesn't possess. Yeah, I think they meant doesn't. This is actually a question I asked Semblance of Sanity. Like, I mean, it was in the lightning rounds, but we did talk about it on, like, hey, so we had Ozma and Ozpin, what were the other Oz names? Which was kind of a joke, but we did kind of, like, continue to go, like, has he changed the last bit per incarnation? Like, that was a theory of mine, was, like, each incarnation was, like, an Oz blank. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, and Stoic is saying it could be his host's name. Yeah, because we do have an Oscar now.
Yeah.
AC Gears and Arms said, the Wizard of Oz's real name is the acronym Ozpinhead.
Yeah, we know about the inspiration.
Yeah, what was the pin? I don't know. Because I know, like, the original Wizard of Oz like the books was a like metaphor for like the like America at the time was like trying to move on to paper money, and like there was a huge debate on like should the paper money be based off of gold and silver still, because they were using gold and silver for their money system until that. So it was I think the book was very much encouraging people to still stay on the gold and silver thing, and like Oz, like the Wizard of Oz, it was supposed to be like the acronym for ounces that we use for measurements. And then like the yellow brick road was supposed to symbolize gold is the way to like success and or like what we want. And there was a lot of stuff I learned in my history class, and and I was like, what does this have to do with getting a high school degree? But anyway.
Oh, AC asked a pretty good question.
Who?
AC.
AC.
The last one.
Okay. Oh, why didn't the Kruby make a female Ozma incarnation in one of those past lives? So, this is another question that Semblance of Sanity and I talked about. Because I think because Ozma's soul identifies as a man and was like born as a man.
Yeah.
Therefore, it was always stuck in a man's body to like keep from having like an identity crisis. Like he was already having an identity crisis, but like imagine how much worse it could have been being like, I don't identify with this body I'm in. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Imagine the soul of a dude in the body of a woman, and when the woman goes through like changes.
Oh yeah, like puberty and stuff, or like the monthly.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like he's like, I didn't sign up for this. He's like, I'm 400 years old. Why now? Like, poor guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. AC Gears and I'm saying Ozpin said as Oscar he reincarnated over the ages as both men and women. So he said both.
Wait, when he was explaining his curse in Volume 5?
It might have been Volume 4 even. But can someone, like, figure out which episode he said that in? Because I would love to, like, rewatch that. Because I don't doubt it, but I just want to, like, see it. That's so I guess the real question is, why didn't Kruby animate a woman when it showed like the body transitions, or are they retconning that?
Oh, okay.
Episode 3, Volume 4. Hang on.
Volume 5. It said.
Did I say 4 out loud?
Yeah, you said 4.
Yeah, because I saw 5, but I said 4. Why am I like this? Gosh. Okay. So, last to say, no, he just said he's made more mistakes than any man, woman, or child on this planet.
Yeah, he did say that in, Volume 1.
Yeah. And
it doesn't say that he was actually a woman at one point.
Yeah, and Stroik is saying he just said a like-minded soul. And AC Gears and Arms is saying, I think it's in the transcript for the episode. Which, if it's in the transcript... Wait. But if it's in the transcript, like, unless it, like, made it into the actual episode, I don't know if that'll count as canon. Because, like, Luke Skywalker's original name was, like, Starkiller, so... But that's not canon in the Star Wars universe. He's known as Luke Skywalker, even though that was like in the original draft. Maria is saying no. In Volume 1, Chapter 9, he said. Yeah, that's
before.
Yeah, that's what he said. He didn't say that back in Volume 5, although I mean he's said that a few times, hasn't he? Where he said he's made many mistakes.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah. John Ronald's trying to quote Guardians of the Galaxy. Star-Lord. Who? Okay, so AC Gears in Arms is looking for that answer. where were we? Oh yeah, we were talking about Ozpin and the different names and stuff. Ozpin's a complicated guy.
Yes, he's an enigma.
Yeah, and right now, just like the characters, the fandom is also kind of divided on Ozpin. And, like, should he be trusted or not? Like, some people are like, I think we're being too hard on him. And some people are like, no, we're just in how we're acting towards him. How are you feeling on that?
Hard to say. I mean, one hand, you had to feel bad for the guy because he had to keep that secret from him for a reason. I mean, he went through that shit all that time ago. But on the other hand, he should. Now that they're this far in their journey to try to stop Salem, don't you think that Ozpin should at least tell them what the hell was going on?
Yeah, I'm more on that boat. On like he should have been telling people from the get go. And
Like in the first episode of Volume 6, where he failed to mention as they were on the train that the relic is attracting Grimm, even by a bit. It's still attracting Grimm.
Yeah.
Don't you think that little bit of information could have been useful?
Yeah, especially like in the Volume 5 finale, like, oh hey guys, while we're leaving, by the way, it's gonna attract Grimm. Like, he holds back a lot of information, and if you think about it, that was the original mistake that created a lot of these problems. Because when he reunited with Salem after his first reincarnation, and they like fell in love and started their family and all that, and like they were telling each other their stories, a lot of people go, well, Salem held back information, and it's like, yeah, but I can't blame Ozpin for Salem's choice. Like, he could still be totally honest and transparent even though she's hiding stuff. And like it was him holding back all the information about like why he was brought back by the God of Light that created that fight with her and him and killed their children. So yeah, lies do not help, as Stoic the Dragonator said. Like, I don't know, I just feel like he needs to be more transparent, and if he was like that with Salem in the beginning, maybe this conflict would be a lot different. Like, maybe the gods would have been back by now and would have been like, oh, hey, we'll like lift your curse, you know, like we're not gonna wipe out humanity because you guys didn't end up fighting and humanity was able to unite. But I don't know.
Yeah. How many more volumes do you think it will take until they like reach to like that point, to like a happy, quote unquote, happy ending?
My bet is close to 12, but I remember.
Didn't Monty say that he wanted to go at least up to 20 volumes?
I don't know if that was Monty, because I remember them saying the original plan was 9, and then they bumped it up, and then they said like 18 at some point. Like they said, like if we really wanted to, we can make it this long. So.
And another thing I want to do, I want to like for the final battle. Like after they defeat Salem, I want them to do a Naruto versus Sasuke style with Ruby versus Cinder. not with the over the top like stuff that Naruto and Sasuke did. Just like whatever they have. Just whatever they have. Yeah,
I think Cinder's gonna be way out of the picture by that point. By the time they encounter Salem, and I don't know. There's like the possibility that the final fight is gonna be them versus the gods. Actually, like I feel like now that chapter 3 has like confirmed that there are gods and like the whole conflict and all that, and like the gods are kind of not nice people, you know, like them cursing Salem with immortality and being like, ha, we're gonna give you this curse, and then like later being like, you're stupid, this was like the reason why we gave you this gift. Like I just feel like maybe at some point they're gonna figure, in order to like free humanity and truly save it, they have to get rid of the threat of the gods. I don't know. There's the route of like humanity is united, gods say, okay, you're safe, goodbye, or the gods come back and they all are united and they fight the gods. I don't know. It depends on how crazy Monty wanted to get with Ruby. And a lot of people said, Monty said that Gurren Lagann was one of the big inspirations for Ruby. And Gurren Lagann, apparently they threw galaxies at each other near the end.
Yeah, I saw Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, I still need to watch it, but they're like, well, considering Gurren Lagann was one of the big inspirations for this show, technically this is like the route it can go. Keeping that in mind, I don't know. Okay, so oh no, you can say.
Another thing, if they would do like Live in Peace or whatever, if they do continue on with Ruby, I want them to do like Boruto style, like have like Ruby's kid go on adventures, but not exactly like Boruto, because I hear Boruto is kind of like sucking. No. Yeah, No, like.
I read the first volume. Yeah, I didn't like it. It doesn't seem like Boruto really cares about the original characters, and they kind of do them out of character even. Like Naruto, who like in the original series would be like, I'm gonna be an awesome dad, like I'm gonna treat my kids better than like how I was treated growing up. But then in Boruto, he's totally like a dad who's like not in their lives really. It's interesting. Like a lot of people are kind of angry about that.
But the only good thing is like that remake episode of the Boruto movie,
Okay.
That's kind of like the good thing they saw out of it.
Yeah, I didn't see the movie, but I do always joke that Naruto's best legacy is Boruto.
Yeah, like, I'm still Shippuden. I'm barely in the Infinite in the Infinite Tsukuyomi arc, but I just skipped the entire filler of the Tsukuyomi and just went straight for the headcanon, because I'm not spending like hours watching 20-30 episodes of unnecessary filler.
I agree with you, and like I read the manga, like so.
Me too.
So I'm just like rewatching, like I'm just watching like my favorite parts from the manga in the anime. So like right now I'm watching like the Pain arc, but anyway, AC Cures and Arms did come back with that quote. He said, Volume 5, Episode 3, Unforeseen Complications. I reread the transcript, but it just says men. I guess I was wrong. Okay, so that kind of like settles that he never reincarnated as a woman.
Okay.
But he did say, he said, but humanity failed the first time and spectacularly failed at that. I don't think there's any force on Remnant that could so much as hurt the gods. Yeah, but there's like the power of the maidens, and like they have the relics. Like it's possible they could use the relics against the gods, and.
But the gods, the god of light created the relic, and he could have done the same thing. Like just do this, like how the god of dark stopped the magic from the.
You guys are just ruining my fun. Nah. No, it's like, let me have that fight. Nah, I'm happy where we are right now. Like, if they never fight the gods, I'll be happy. But if they do fight the gods, I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Say hi, Evie.
Yeah, okay, Maria is saying, I'm surprised there's no memes about the God of Darkness's goat horns and adding his ungodly scream. Oh, unholy, I think they meant to say.
Unholy, what's the matter with you?
They had a typo. They had a G instead of an H, and I was like, I've never seen this word before. Oh, that's because it's not a word.
Speaking of the gods, did you see another Mojo's art of the two brothers in like Christmas theme?
Oh, yeah. They were wearing, like, the Santa hat and stuff.
And the God of Light's wearing, like, a little bell around his neck.
Oh, my gosh. It's like, bless. We needed this for the holidays. You know, yeah, I kind of want someone to, like, recreate the manger scene and use the two gods. But some people will be like, that's too close to sacrilege. Don't do that. which I don't know why, but that seems to be a theme of my week this week because that Deadpool poster. But because I live in Mormon, that poster has even more meaning. Like, because the Deadpool 2, the Once Upon a Deadpool poster of him like this and like they're all in heaven. That's like a famous Mormon painting from the 60s of like the second coming of Christ is what it's supposed to be. And so they put like Deadpool as Christ and like changed all the angels to be like characters. And I thought it was hilarious. Everyone else in Utah is like, this is terrible. And I'm like, have a sense of humor, guys. Have a sense of humor. But let's see. Oh, Stoic is saying hello to your puppers.
Yeah. They're both, well, yeah. 2 of them are right here, the third one's under my bed.
Yeah, he's like enjoying your merch somewhere.
Like all this shit.
Yeah.
Especially since these came in the mail today.
Oh, wait, actually, speaking of merch, are you gonna get that Yang hoodie or the Ruby hoodie?
Oh, hard for me to decide.
I want the Yang. Like, I really want the Yang, and I sent my mom a picture of that on the day they were doing the 20% off all Ruby merch. I was like, Mom, like, please get me this for Christmas. And my mom's like, I don't know, kind of looks stupid. Are you sure you want it? And I'm like, why? Like, first, like, I mentioned before the call, like, when I asked for these for Christmas, I ended up buying these myself, by the way. But when I asked for them for Christmas, my mom's like, you can't let anyone know that you like this. And, like, now here I am having a podcast about how much I like this. So,
Do you think it, okay, for the people looking at my merchandise, I even have these plushies. Hold
seriously, like, someone, if you love me for Christmas or for my birthday, which is next month, feel free to just go to my Streamlabs link and, like, drop that cash for me to get that merch. Like, seriously. Hunter Steve saying, get a new mom.
Hang on, guys, another thing.
Oh my gosh. Like,
More of my shit.
seriously, like, I can't even show off my shelf that's behind the web camera because now I use it as storage. I got like Todoroki cosplay up on there, covering the. I got a bunch of crap blocking out my merch. Also, speaking of the merch, I still have the Pura right here that you gave me at RTX.
Hey.
Yeah, like I really appreciate this Pura you gave me.
You're welcome.
I have to like say that on stream so like people know you're a nice person in real life. Because there's some people who are nice on the internet and then like in person they're different. But let's see. Oh, Last Society have a great display, and I admit, like, I mean, I got a bit of a display here, but I just noticed Jean is missing. What happened to Jean?
Did he fell? Because sometimes
he fell. He's behind my Wii U. Awesome.
Yeah, sometimes my minifigures fell and I had to tape them to my shelf.
I might have to do that with Jean.
Yeah, but use regular tape because I tried using duct tape.
Oh no! I would not use duct tape. Like that's too strong.
It'll leave the adhesive when you try to peel it out.
Yeah, it could rip off paint and stuff like that. So
yeah. So I just use regular Scotch tape.
Yeah, people are saying, I can see. Maria said I could see Barney's grumpy face, which I think he meant Bernie, but it's Gus.
I think it's Gus.
Yeah, it's Gus. It's Gus. I'm like, it's not Bernie, it's Gus, but good try. Good try. Last is saying, like, that's some Toy Story nonsense right there with, like, stuff jumping off the shelves and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, AC Gears and Arms had a question for us. He's like, do you and Amber think the gods exist outside of the sphere of influence of the gods of light and darkness? Oh, do you think other gods, not the gods of light and darkness, do you think other gods exist outside of the sphere of influence? So, like, do you think there's, like, a third or fourth god out there?
Oh. I really don't know. I mean, in the Volume 4, like, trailer, there was like a little church there and a statue. It could mean nothing.
Oh, that looks like a church about the maidens.
Yeah, that
sort of.
Could be.
I mean, that was what I got from it. Like, I was like, oh, that looks like the 4 maidens, but I could be wrong. Oh yeah, and I got Jeff here too. Like, we were like, demigods maybe. I mean,
Luna's just staring at me. She's like telling me to let her out or give her food.
Just like food or let me out. Choose wisely.
I'll feed you guys in a bit. In the meantime, hang on.
Like, seriously.
Want a treat? Want a treat?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Look at those doggos. Okay.
Want a treat?
Yeah, whenever I say treat, they'll just go mad for them.
Yeah. So Stoic was saying, yeah, wherever the God Bros came from, and that's actually something that possibly Carrie pointed towards, because they said that, like, someone asked Miles and Carrie, like, is it possible to use dust to make a rocket to go to the moon? And they said that dust loses its power as it gets closer to exiting the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And Semblance of Sanity said, like, it looks like that might be something that the gods purposely did to keep the humans from going after them. And they said, maybe there's, like, more gods out there, and there's, like, a society of the gods, and that's where the 2 brothers went. I'm more on the, like, who knows? And, like, do we want that? Like, I think that's the big question, is, like, would we be okay with that? I don't know. Also, John Ronald said demigods, maybe? I'm just saying, from what we saw of those 2 gods, I don't see any way that could happen. Just saying. Like, it doesn't work. Like, just, never mind. Anyway, Lass is saying it could be some Noragami stuff where you could cease to exist as a god when you are not remembered by the humans.
Oh, Noragami. I think I've seen that anime.
You know, that's in Percy Jackson. They talk about that, don't they? Like the Greek gods kind of lose their power as they're worshipped less, or something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, didn't they say that? And that's, like, why they're not so prominent on Earth, like, doing all this stuff anymore, is because, like, they're not the main focus for the humans. Ruby becomes a goddess? Question mark? That'd be interesting. Oh, ditto American Gods. I actually have that book. Oh, wait, no. I have the Norse gods, but still same author. But...
My brother is calling me. Hold on, I'm in the middle of something!
Alright, well, I think we could probably end the podcast if you're needing to go.
If you want to do it for another 5 minutes, we can do that.
Okay, yeah, we'll go on for another 5 minutes. AC Gears and Arms is saying, no, that was the Wrath of the Titans. Is that in the Percy Jackson series? Because I wasn't naming, like, a specific book, because I don't know the book's names. Okay, Maria is saying, in Volume 6, Chapter 1, there's 2 Eastern dragon statues, possibly a reference to the religious worships about the dragons?
Yeah, that dragon statue in the train station.
Oh, yeah, because they did turn into dragons at some point, so...
Yeah.
You know, actually, that's really interesting, because they wiped out humanity... And humanity was reborn, but yet there's still, like, remnants of their, like, stories of their times on Earth.
Yeah.
That's really interesting, because no one in Remnant, except for Ozpin and Salem, would have even seen them in their dragon forms.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, the Western one, Dragon's Darkness. Yeah.
And yeah. And someone said that some of the contents look like dragons.
Yeah, like the one on the like top left.
Yeah, and even one like on the Mistral Islands, kind of like looks like a snake.
Oh yeah, totally. I find
it fun. Yeah, I find it funny that Remnant was actually based on ketchup smudges that Monty just put on a napkin, just folded it up.
Dude, he has a weird creative process. He also saw ice cream and said, "I'm gonna make a character out of that." Like, and now like everyone loves that character. Which someone in the chat said, "Have we talked about Neo yet?" Which the answer's we haven't.
Well, the original purpose of this podcast was to talk about chapter 6 of volume 6.
Yeah, which.
But we can still talk about Neo for a second.
Yeah, we can talk about Neo. Are you happy that she's back?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. I've noticed that there's quite a few Ruby tubers out there being like, she's overrated, why is she back? Or like, and a lot of people even asking, is Neo overrated? I'm on the no boat. Where are you?
I don't think so. I don't think I'm a no boat either.
Because like, we have enough to justify our love for the character, just like Team Coffee, you know, like, we don't need a whole lot of the characters to just love them, you know?
Yeah. By the way, speaking of Team Coffee, I cannot wait for their like book to come out. You know what they...
the novel? Yeah,
yeah,
the novel for Team Coffee. It's like, I would love to learn what they've been doing post Volume 3, so yes, please. Did they give a release date for that, or did they just kind of said...
I think they just announced it. I don't think they even gave a specific release date.
I think they just said spring 2019.
Probably spring?
Spring or summer? I don't know. They said something that made me think first half of 2019. But pointing towards the middle. I don't know. Dude, my memory from like RTX is like so out there, like when it comes to stuff they said at the panel. Because there's been times where like I say something that they said, but then everyone's like, no, they didn't say that at the panel, and I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Like, why can't I remember stuff?
Yeah.
Let's see. Which comment are you reading?
Stoic the Dragon Eater.
I went back to the AfterBuzz interview with Monty, and they mentioned that how some of the continents look like dragons, and he just was like,
he just has this damn it look on his face.
Like that was unintentional.
Damn it!
Yeah. Oh man. So Ace of Gears and Arms is like, can't wait for tomorrow. And I say, I can't wait for tomorrow. But I also want to play Smash Brothers. Like, I'm gonna have a full day tomorrow. Like, Ruby, then Smash Brothers, and then I'm gonna rewatch that Avengers trailer another 30 times.
Oh yeah.
Gosh, Maria's saying, putting ice cream and umbrella emojis, like, bring on that Neo hype. Do you think we'll have a bit of Cinder in the next episode?
I think so, because I didn't see the glow clip, but I did see like screenshots, and I saw Cinder kind of... No, I think that was Neo. I think it was probably Neo, so I think we'll probably see Cinder.
Yeah, I mean, if we see one, we're gonna see the other. I've only seen clips of young Maria, so...
young Maria!
So, yeah, I'm like, young Maria. So I wonder if it's gonna be an episode similar to Chapter 3, where we spend the entire time in a flashback, which I hope it's not the entire episode, but it's also like, I would like to see what happens.
Yeah, true.
I would just hate to see this volume slowly turn into the flashback season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we keep saying we don't mind a flashback, as long as it's not, like, the entire season. Maybe, like, every other episode?
Maybe. I don't know.
Or
Maybe
or just 1, 2, or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
At least.
Or just keep it at 2. Keep it at 2 flashbacks this season.
Was young Maria a tall person? She probably was.
She was taller. I would say she's like Weiss height.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Or between Weiss and Ruby.
Yes. Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Inspector Who's saying we need a flashback season. Listen, no, like we need an anthology season, but like not have it be like called Ruby Volume 6 or Ruby Volume 7. Like I would say, yes, have an anthology season that's Ruby but don't have it like be called volume.
Whatever.
Yeah, just have it be like Ruby Memories of Remnant or something like that. So
Like what they did with the Will of Remnant.
yeah, and that's actually been like an idea I've had for the World of Remnant. Like, here's how they can bring it back, but fix the the tell and not show problem, because like people are like, we want to be shown, not told. And
Yeah.
that was one of the reasons why that, and like sometimes they'll say something in a World of Remnant and then they're like, oh oops, actually that's not entirely accurate to what we're about to do, and so I think they stopped. AC Gears Norm says just call it Stark. Yes please, like give us like 10 or 8 episodes of just Team Stark in their prime days.
I also want to see a little baby Yang and Ruby.
Dude, that'd be cute. I would love to see it.
I mean, we saw little baby in chapter 1 of volume 6, but just its cries, which makes you which pulls your heartstrings a little.
Yeah, and also like we've seen like a young Yang and young Ruby back in volume 2.
Yeah, but that's kind of like one of those 2D animations, not exactly.
Yeah, no, I know it's not quite the same. So like if they did Stark, we could finally see them 3D.
Yeah.
And we'd see them more as a family, and probably as Summer leaves to disappear. Which
that's still gonna pull the heartstrings even more.
I'm like, oh, that's gonna be heartbreaking. Like
you'll come back soon. We'll make cookies, mommy. I promise.
It's gonna be heartbreaking. It's like going into Rogue One. Like, you know it's gonna end terribly, because you already know the ending before it even starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the writers just be like, you want answers? Here's your answers. I think that's kind of like how Volume 6 has been feeling.
Someone's home.
Yeah, that happens at my house too. Have Jin narrate the flashback. She's the king of spirit of all knowledge. Yeah, I've been name dropping Semblance of Sanity so much in one episode, but yeah, they said Jin should like just narrate anything that's like a World of Remnant or a flashback. So, anyway, we've been talking more than 5 minutes. You okay?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I think right before we want to end, I just want to like give a shout out to Kalaxon because it's her birthday today. So all you should, yeah, people should go tweet at her or like comment on a YouTube video saying happy birthday. So
yeah,
because I know she's been wanting to hear that from people. So if you're watching this, go say happy birthday to her. And thank you for watching VYTALCast. And go subscribe to Amber. And if you haven't subscribed to me, subscribe to me. And I will boop you guys next time.
Bye.